is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Had this on lock since day one. All I care about is family and my day ones. Money, power, and respect be embedded in me. I don't care what you say, no one is better than me. Melanin be in my skin, so the page watch. Middle finger to the ops and keep the semi-cocked. I'm the product of Wu-Pun, Big Pac. We don't gotta be cool, go kick rocks. Only ease the mind when I meditate. Pessimist at first, now I float with faith. I just know I'm special like a 38. Either I'll end of a hill or see the pearly gates. You won't see me smile till there's gold in it. I'm just being real, don't stick your nose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. You ain't trying to listen to this rose in it. Bottle of that juice, man, the Henny sweet. Bring the pump to your kin and say trick or treat. Test me, I'ma put you in forever sleep. I'm your antidote, and I'm puffing on the remedy. Find me in the cut, test the melodies. Cause I don't like what they be selling me. I'm wishing good luck to my enemies. Y'all gon' be stuck with the jealousy. Tell them I said rest in peace. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. This is that fire. I be that guy. My click won't stop. I'm a beast, roll, die. Paradise, an ideal place to be.
That's enough. What's good? What's good? How is everyone doing? Welcome to another edition of Giants versus Jets. I am one of your hosts, Truth. Across the table from me is
Gerald.
Whack Ass Giant fan.
Blue side, blue side.
We're gonna have to have that like tattooed on your body somewhere. Oh man. How's everyone doing? How is everyone doing? Shout out to everyone. Thanks again for tuning in. Sorry for we had a couple of weeks off. Last week I was out of town, and week before that, business calls. So we apologize, but we're here. We're back. We're gonna have some fun. For those of you first time watching, or guys who have watched maybe once or twice, we always start off with the Giants. That's G's forte. I do not study them. I can't stand them. I want you guys to understand he does not like the Jets, and I do not like the Giants. But we came together to rep both of our teams at the same time, which has never been done before. Right. We're the first ones to do it. Don't ever forget that. All right, so we always start off the show with the Giants first. What do you guys have going on over there on your side today?
Well, from what I'm looking at through the whole rookie, that I think the rookie weekend was last weekend, right, or the weekend before?
Rookie weekend was a couple of weeks ago.
It was a couple weeks ago.
Is the protein shake. Now is the voluntary OTAs.
Right. That started this week.
And June 15th, 16th, and 17th, I know as far as my team, is the mandatory OTAs.
Right. And I'm just gonna backtrack just from because we wasn't here for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, let's do it.
I pretty much like what I saw with the rookies that we got. I see some guys that could be plug in play ready like now. Our first round pick is Kadarius Toney, right?
Yeah, man, dude is an electric wide receiver.
He's a beast.
I'm not saying that to me he was the best available at that time. But again, it's all about the individual, and that's Gettleman. And I want to send Gettleman a Christmas card for picking Tony and not Elijah. We love you for that. But he's a beast too, though. He can play special teams. He's one of those. He's not the biggest, but he's that slot guy who, with the ball in his hands, and he's that yak receiver. He's the guy who's gonna get you some extra yards after the catch, and that's always an important stat right there.
Right. He's got that Victor Cruz type of finesse, to make you move. He has been compared to it's a pretty high comparison too, but Tyreek Hill. I guess probably because of size, maybe. I guess that probably has something to play with it. He's not as fast as Tyreek Hill, so I wouldn't really compare him to a Tyreek Hill per se.
Right.
But the one that I'm really looking at right now, rookie wise, is Aaron Robinson. He's probably gonna play in that slot position.
Okay.
And that will actually go hand in hand with the draft pick that we got from last year with the dude from UCLA. I can't remember his name right now, but that's something that I can honestly say that it's going to solidify our defense in a way. That slot position. Our defense is stacked.
I can't argue with you. I look at your defense, and I'm like, with the front four you have, the back end you have,
and adding
the linebackers just have to hold up, and it's a wrap.
But that's what I'm saying. With a healthy Lorenzen Carter, and then you add Aziz to that other side of that line.
I love that dude, man.
Man, ferocious, man.
Now they're gonna put him on the same side as Williams, or he's gonna be opposite of Williams.
I would love it if he's on the same side as Williams. Because Williams has that, to me, is sneaky speed, and he's very light on his feet. He can get upfield, he can be disruptive, and that's gonna leave a lot of tackles for Aziz to get. Man, he's gonna be eaten up. Gotta leave him on that side.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna fast forward a little bit. Now, I did notice, and I know Coach Judge he actually talked about it. There was a couple times that especially with Kadarius Tony, he didn't really go through the whole entire practice, and coach made it. He put it plain and simple that sometimes especially when they're fresh like that, it's a new thing for them. Their body's got to kind of adjust and get used to it.
Okay.
Because some of the reporters and some people they thought that he was injured, he was hurt, or so something was wrong with him. So so Judge cleared it up. Like nah. We just trying to get them up to win, and then we'll take it on from there. So I thought the same thing too.
Well, what I think people have to understand. First of all, we're 17 games now.
Right.
And do you know when your bye week is? I know as far as
I think it's week 8.
All right, so your guys is week 8. We're week 6, and then we still have freaking 11 more games, and then you're week 8. So you have 9 more games after your bye. So it's going to be a longer season, and you want to keep people as fresh as possible.
Right.
Plus until training camp really starts, they're really not going to be like really running like plays.
Right.
They're probably doing some 7-on-7s, 11-on-11, 9-and-9s or whatever. On that situation, but there's no tackling, there's no hitting, they don't have pads on, so I think people relax a little bit.
Right. Just one other thing with one of the rookies. I don't know if you heard any of the Giants press or whatever, but the rookie running back that we picked up in the late rounds, Gary Brightwell. Okay. Now he was asked a question about Saquon, and it's the way how he answered the question. It sounded very arrogant. You know what I mean? And I understand that you want to put a stamp on for yourself, and you only worry about yourself. But you talking about Saquon Barkley. I mean,
all right. What did he say? Help me out, because
He,
you know I don't follow you.
the reporter asked he met Saquon Barkley, and he said it in like a
Nonchalant.
yeah, like a selfish way, like no, I haven't seen him. It's just how he answered it. And it was well, the question was, are you have you, well, has he called you, or is he has he touched base with you? And his question was almost like a what's his name, beast mode, like a beast mode talk. Oh, I'm only concerned about myself. I'm only worried about myself. I'm only worried about me. I get it though, and I understand it. But yo, come on, you're a rookie, bro. I mean, the way I look at it, it's like kind of a respect your elders kind of thing. But I mean, if he is that type of dude that can back up his talk or whatever, because now we did sign former Eagles running back Clement. That's his name, right? Clement.
Oh yeah.
He was part of
He's
that.
good. He's good coming out of the
Yeah.
backfield. He can catch
Right.
the ball real well.
We did sign him, and we did sign the other dude from from the Raiders. That's pretty much Saquon's backup. I mean, in a way
Booker.
anyway. Booker, yeah. So I mean, it's a loaded backfield. So I'm just saying, like, I just hope that he kind of pumps his brakes a little bit. You know what I mean, and just kind of understands. Okay, understand where you are. Now the coaches like him. He had a pretty good weekend. The first weekend they had around with the World of Rookies, and he's been showing a lot of promise after that. So the coaches, they are praising him. They are saying good things about him.
Okay.
It's just that when he had that pressure, I'm like, oh my God, man, he's talking like he been in the league for about 5-10 years. But other than that, I mean, I really feel like the Giants are starting to turn that corner. I'm not gonna sit here and predict any damn thing. I can't be like a lot of these other Giant fan losers. You're gonna sit there and say, oh, we're gonna be 11 and whatever, or we're gonna be 6 and this. Like, y'all don't know. You know what I mean? Let the chips fall where they fall. Can we get through the training camp first? Let's see who's gonna be like on the what was it? It was a 95-man, 55-man roster. Let's set that up for a 53-man roster. Let's set that up first, and let's see what we got. Let's get to game 1. Matter of fact, how about this? Let's get to week 6 of the season, because we have 17 weeks now. Matter of fact, maybe 7 weeks. Let's see where we at then before we want to predict things, man. We get a little too carried away as Giant fans. You know what I mean? And then you got some of the Giants fans, oh, I'm a realist. Okay, well, then you ask them, how are you a realist, or what are you a realist about? And it's like they try to give you this GM talk. I'm like, yo, keep your day job, bro. Fall back, keep your day job. We don't need to hear none of it. We should sign this, sign that. Oh, he's a free agent, or he's on waivers. There's a reason why some of these guys are on waivers, just to let you know. You know what I mean? So, but other than that, in the babbling that I'm doing, I really like where the Giants are going. Gellerman, he's kind of rising up from the grave for me from a little bit now. He probably got his hand up there, maybe his nose up there. You know what I mean? He ain't all the way up. You know what I mean? But we'll see where all this goes. I like it. I like what I see. I feel good. Let's go. The season can't come quick enough now for me.
You're trying to hurry it up.
Let's go. Let's drop the ball.
Like,
put the
are
pill
you
down.
into the preseason thing, or you like, yo, start the season? I could care less about this preseason situation.
I stopped with the preseason thing for a while, but you know what? When it was 4 games, that week 3 preseason game, especially when it was against the Jets,
most important. Yeah.
It's the dress rehearsal.
Right, was when we whipped your asses. But I feel you. Has your boy all bloody on the field.
It kind of gives you a glimpse of what the season is going to look like. You know what I mean? Most of the starters are still in the game throughout the third quarter, and you kind of get that feel, that glimpse. So now we go. You get that glimpse a lot earlier now, because we only got 2 weeks now. Only 2 preseason games, right?
Right.
So yeah, you get that glimpse early now. So we will get it out the way, and now we understand. I really feel like we're gonna be able to run the ball a lot better than we did last year. I see why the Giants didn't go crazy looking for offensive linemen. Um, I was part of that Hog Molly deal. Like, yo, we need another guard, we need another tackle. And I remember Troy saying, for what? You signed Thomas. What you need a tackle for? And it made sense. You know what I mean? And then we got Soder coming back, but I don't think Soder could be the starter, or he could be that. I don't know, that bench
you
guy.
gotta fight for your spot. I love it.
Yeah. So and the other thing too is you got to see where the Giants came from last year. I think we started the season off with only two wins to like six, maybe 7 losses, and then we went on that little streak.
Well, I mean, you weren't. It wasn't like you were getting blown out. So you're like,
Right.
we
was in every game.
You were in, I think every but one. But other than that,
San
you
Francisco
guys,
game,
Yeah,
we got ass kicked in that game.
that defense is scary, man.
But yeah, other than
Salah's
that,
not there anymore. But I feel you.
yeah, but other than that, I mean, we're getting back to that, and I really think it's gonna be we're gonna be that run first team before we pass. Like back in the day when we had with Eli, I see it.
I don't, but
I see it.
I think you have to open that boy up, signing Galladay for a gazillion dollars. Getting drafting the other wide receiver in the first round, you better be passing.
Well, we definitely gonna pass. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think we're gonna be pass happy though.
Because as of right now, I'm reading it says that Saquon Barkley has been making progress, but there's no rush, so they're not gonna rush him in any circumstances.
Nah.
So now, if I'm not mistaken, training camp starts around July.
Yep.
First preseason game is around the 21st of August. So, I'm not sure if he'll be ready by training camp. But, you got Booker. You drafted the other gentleman. So I wouldn't rush him back. That's just my point.
Well, they say right now he's on target. But let somebody else say. They're probably gonna say he'll be ready next month, so to speak. But yeah, they shouldn't rush anything with him, man. It's an ACL injury. You don't want to rush nothing when you have an injury like that. So
Facts.
take your time, Saquon. I mean, shoot, man. Like we need this season. This season, I really feel like it's gonna be probably one of our best seasons since maybe I would say 2015.
Okay.
That was last time we was in the playoffs.
Okay. So you think you're going to have that type of year?
I believe so.
All right, nice.
I believe
nice.
so. I ain't predicting no wins or losses, but I can see us,
Making some noise.
making some noise.
Okay. All right. Anything else, or
No, I'm
time
good.
for the best team to take over?
Go Giants. Go Blue.
Punk asses. I just want to also put out there, Giants are also in their second voluntary today or Tuesday. Giants had 75 players in attendance, which you're starting to see a lot of situations and things happening with things like that. Now, the Jets had 80 players, and that's a freaking lot. So that's just really going to show you for a lot of players that didn't have these OTAs last year, really wanted to get into the, get into the facility. They wanted to, touch that field, run some plays. A lot of these guys are showing up for voluntary, which really doesn't happen. It's not mandatory. So a lot of times people, hey, I'm going on vacation with my family. Their wife is bitching and moaning. You don't never spend no time, but she cashing that fucking check. So, definitely doing some things there. Hey, man, I'm real, man. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about it.
You ain't lying about that though.
Shit. You ain't gonna sit up there bitch and moan, and then as soon as that dollar amount stop coming in, it's a problem.
Right.
All right, so I really want to put a little more emphasis on what my man G was talking about. Now, we are in the media capital of the world, so you are going to have a lot of people talking about who they want to sign, who this person should sign, what's going on, what's this, what's that. And I'm in the same boat with G. I want to say this to all those Jets who have podcasts and who have absolutely nothing to fucking talk about. So they're talking about the Jets or the Giants signing the snail out of the a schoolyard,
Right.
because he ran a 10 flat. Here's what I have to say to y'all: shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. Now I'm gonna get into the Julio thing. I just got a little ahead of myself, but I'm going to finish. We're going to finish with that. Here's what I want people to understand. A lot of these free agents are free agents for a fucking reason. All right? Now, as far as the Jets are concerned, the Jets are not a win now team. The Jets are in a rebuilding phase. So you're not going to sign a 32-year-old wide fucking receiver for $21 million a fucking year.
Right.
Please shut the fuck up. Please. I understand you want to make content even though you're talking out your ass. You're trying to get as many views as you want to get these checks. And I told people from day one, I will never, ever ask anyone to ever subscribe. You do it if you want. I'm not going to tell you hit the notification bell. You do it if you want. You want to know why? Because all those people who are on those YouTube pages get paid and you make absolutely not one penny from that.
There you go.
So I'll never ask you to do that. If you want to do it, I appreciate it. It's on you, but I'll never ask you. I got one dude who had 3 million followers. He's giving one fucking phone away. You fucking kidding me.
That's a joke.
All right. I digressed. Sorry, I apologize. I just had to get that shit off my chest.
I feel you, though.
Now, as far as the Jets are concerned, just to go back to the free agent thing just a little bit, every team is waiting to see what their draftees or their returning players have to offer the team at that time, at that moment, especially when there's a new coaching staff or whatever the situation may be, before you go out there and sign like the Giants did by signing Logan, who's one of the best corners.
Right.
Just had some, he had a little gray hairs on him, but a phenomenal player. You have a team like the Jets who are getting younger. They rather put time and effort in the young guys. And if those guys are unable to step up, not just the Jets, any franchise out there, then you're going to see people start signing those free agents that are still there that can help a team out. Now, once again, the Jets wind up having over 80 players show up to OTAs. It was good to see Mosley out there. To me, that is the most intangible player. We're talking about a guy who hasn't played in 2 years. He's played 2 games. He got hurt the first game, tried to come back a couple weeks later, didn't work, had surgery, shut down, come back next year, opt out.
Right.
Now, people's like, well, that's only one player. Here's what I want people to understand about Mosley and the type of player he is and how he makes everyone around him better. Those Super Bowl contending Bills were down 17. I want you to understand that.
I see where you're going with this.
Down 17.
I see where you're going with
Mosley gets hurt. It all folds up.
Mm-hmm.
Just to show you how a player can affect the rest of the team. So I'm really eager to see Mosley back on the field playing in the 4-3 system, not a 3-4 system. I'm really eager to see this. Now, Mosley is a guy who can play sideline to sideline. He's one of those guys who, and what I love about what we have coming, switch it to the 4-3, we have our defensive linemen that are going to take up all those offensive linemen, so that's going to free our linebackers up to go one-on-one with the wide receiver or running back. So you're going to see a lot more tackles. Because our front four ain't no fucking joke. You can say anything about you want about the rest of the team, secondary, linebackers, but we got one of the top 5 front fours in the game,
You're right.
period.
You're right.
All right? So I'm really eager to see Mosley. He looks young. I mean, he hasn't played in 2 years, but there's a difference of gym healthy and football healthy. Him being out there for the OTAs, voluntary, getting some work in. I think there's 1 week. It was supposed to be 3 weeks, but they cut it back to 1 week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we leave, and then they come back June, mandatory 15th, 16th, 17th, and then they leave for a little bit, and then they come back, and then that's when training camp starts.
Right.
So getting these guys on the field, getting them in the facility, getting them comfortable with being on the field, running the drills, the sprints, the shuffles, the stretching, getting them on the field is what you truly, truly want to see. All right? Now, also want to put out there that it did come out, I think it was yesterday or today, that the Jets and Giants, who share the same stadium, will be at full capacity this year.
Yes.
I also want to put out there that a lot of states, starting this Friday, are not requiring masks anymore. There are a few states, Jersey's one of them, so y'all asked out, that are still requiring people to wear masks, vaccinated or not. Now, to help you Jerseyans out, the ban on restrictions to bars on Friday is over. So every bar, restaurant will be able to be at full capacity.
Especially down the shore.
So for you drinking people, this is for you. Now, G also talked about camaraderie, teammates getting together. Now, everyone was saying as far as our rookie quarterback, how is he going to mesh with the team? Very fucking well is how he's doing with the team. Not what he's going to do, what he's actually doing. He's held several practices with offensive parties, multiple practices, dinner, I'm going to say dates because I don't want people to take it the wrong way. He's went to dinner with teammates. He was actually seen at the Ireland game with the Feeney, who has the greatest mullet. I don't see how a dude's still rocking mullet in 2021. But if you love it, I like it, homie. Cracking a beer can on the side of his head, going wild because the Islanders won. So to see this man that young, out with the offensive lineman, out with the wide receiver, constant conversation with the whole offensive team. This is a man who's constantly conversating, constantly talking to everyone on the team offensively.
Yep.
This is what you want to see from your rookie.
Yeah. Hands down.
This is what you want to see from your rookie. 1 second. I don't know what the hell I pressed there. There we go. This is what you want to see from your quarterback. Taking charge. Always talking to all the offensive players on a regular basis. Players who weren't at the rookie practice, make sure they showed up, especially when you got a new quarterback. OTAs, you want to catch, you want to get some kind of rapport with that quarterback. I like this. What do you like? What can you do? What can't you do? So I'm really looking forward. Now, if I'm looking forward to training camp, just to go a little ahead of ourselves, I'm looking at the linebacker position for the Jets. And the reason why is you have Mosley playing middle linebacker, you have Davis playing strong side linebacker, and then that will side linebacker is wide open where you may have, I think his name is Campbell. I don't think he's going to last because he's been hurt. Cashman, who's been hurt the last couple of years. You have Cashman, 3-year, and then you have the two rookies. You have Sherman, and then you have Nazir, who would be very, very interesting to see. What's good, Briggs? He says you're an optimistic Jet. You already know that, man. And I'm not gonna say shout out to Briggs, man. I'm not saying the Jets are winning 20 games. I'm just saying it'll be good to see Mosley back on the field. To me, that's the most intangible player there. To see what he's able to bring, being 2 years away from the game, and knowing that instead of having 3 defensive linemen, he's going to have 4 defensive linemen in front of him to hold up all those offensive linemen. So that'll leave him one-on-one to take care of that linebacker. I mean, that running back,
Right.
which we know he can do.
And you know what? That's the other thing that 'cause
Yo, sorry, real quick. Bricks, while you on the line, man, let us know what you think of your team in OTAs. We'll talk about that while we're here when we move on to the next segment. What you got, G?
No, I mean, we joke. I mean,
Always.
it's all fun and games. But if you don't know football, if you don't know like the teams per se, like you can't really say the Jets sucked last year because a lot of guys.
Did.
No, but a
I
lot
understand what you're saying.
a lot of guys opted out though.
Well, see,
He was missing
Mosley opted
pieces.
out, which it truly hurt us, and
Right.
that's why we had two middle linebackers that were never heard of ever in life before
Yeah.
until last year, where we thought we might have to just have one, we had to have two,
Mm-hmm.
and hey, they stepped up,
And they
Burgess
played
stepped
pretty
up.
well,
Yeah,
you know.
so we were in the top 10 in run defense.
Right.
But other than that, passing, we were dead fucking last. So yeah, I trust in Joe. Joe has 11 draft picks next year. We have 2 first-round draft picks. We have 2 second-round draft picks.
You guys,
We have a third-round draft pick, and we have 2 fourth-round draft picks. Whatever position is hurting,
mm-hmm.
guaranteed after next year's draft, it won't be hurting anymore.
Yeah.
But you need to see if you struck gold in later rounds
Mhm.
or a player stepped up. You need to know what you need to fine tune. Now, you took care of the left side. Okay, you got Veriteka, you got Becton on that left side. I'm sorry, me and G and Briggs could get 2,000 yards running on the Jets' left side right now.
What?
That's 671 pounds of pure athletics from 2 individuals on the Jets' left-hand side. Run all fucking day left.
Good luck.
Now, if we can solidify that right-hand side, whether Clark steps up or we have to go back to the draft
Mm-hmm.
next year and get a right tackle or get a right guard, we're going to be a problem next year. Now, this year, we're going to do better than we did last year. But after next year's draft, we're going to be a fucking problem. Hands down, we're going to be a problem. So,
I believe it.
huh?
I believe it.
So I like what Wilson is showing me so far. What you got here? He said the Steelers OTAs are singly focused. Devin Bush's knee. Yeah, that dude's a fucking monster, man. Shout out to Devin Bush. That dude is a monster. Don't rush him. Let him take his time, coming back. Last thing you need to rush him, and then, he re-injures that knee, and he's too good of a player. So, yeah, just like Saquon Barkley, take your time. Don't rush it. When the person's ready, they're ready, and you'll be good to go. So, as far as the Jets, that's pretty much all I have to go on right now. So, what we do now is we transition into overall NFL news. All right, so I want to start off, and then obviously we're going to get into the whole Julio Jones because that's the most important thing. But I do want to give a big salute. I don't have my hat, but I want to take my hat off to Vinatieri, who's finally retiring.
Yes, saw that today.
This man, 20 fucking 4 NFL seasons.
Crazy.
Just really think about that.
Definitely a Hall of
Sam
Famer.
Darnold's only 23. Zach Wilson's only 21. So this man was playing before they were gone. What you got here, Briggs? We know Najee will touch the ball 300 plus times. No interest there. I'm watching Heisman attempting to replace Bud Dupree. Steelers could pick linebackers. I will never doubt anything at the Steelers when it comes to linebackers. When it comes to the Giants can pick defensive linemen. It's just what they can fucking do.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll never question the Steelers when it comes to drafting linebackers. It's something they've always been able to do, and I don't see it stopping now. Now, as far as Vinatieri, shout again, 24 years. This is a man who started off, obviously, the Patriots. He's the all-time leading scorer in the NFL. I just want to give him a shout out, and he actually helped the Jets get into the playoffs one year when we needed the Patriots to win, which we thought they were going to lose because it was us. And he wound up kicking some important field goals that helped push the Jets into the playoffs. And they wound up beating the brakes off the Colts at that time. I think it was like 42-12.
Yeah.
That was they fucking with the brakes off of that game.
Yep.
So shout out to him, man. 24 seasons, man. That's phenomenal. G, what you got to say about that?
I mean, just like you said, it's phenomenal, man. Like, I mean, and to think about it though, like his most memorable kicks were like the Super Bowl playoff kicks, kicks that where it really mattered. He was very clutch. He was probably one of the most clutch kickers, since I've been watching football. You know what I mean? Or not since I've been watching football, but I would say when he came in 99, 2000.
Man, 24 years. I mean, you just mine. So
something like that.
So that's 80. Hold on, that's 2000, 2097. I mean, 1997.
All right, so he really didn't really get like noticed until that first Super Bowl kick when he kicked and won the game.
Is that the one against the Raiders with that tuck shit? Is that
it was that season, yeah.
Yeah. Boy, I swear you mentioned that, somebody still get fucked up. All right, so Briggs says Vinatieri is the first ballot Hall of Famer, hands down. He also said he's on the fence about what's the gentleman Highsmith. He said he played excellent the last 4 games, but before then he struggled. Sometimes I guess it took him a while to get his footing. But if we have to go over the last thing he showed us, the last thing he showed us is he was going to step up. He's also the highest scoring league. I don't think anybody ever beat Vinatieri. Coming anywhere close to that won't happen.
Right, I agree.
Definitely won't happen.
I agree.
All right, so what do you think? Before obviously, I'm going to save the juiciest for last. What do you think about the whole Tebow thing, man? Now Lawrence says he's one of the hardest workers in the world. He went in 1996. Okay, thanks, Briggs. What do you think about the whole Tebow thing? Now, I just want to set this up. I have an issue with it. Well, you know what? G, you take it. I'll do it. I asked you and then I jumped in. This is a man who came in the league as a quarterback,
right?
Refused to switch from a quarterback and play another position, which a lot of teams asked him to do. But now he's willing to play tight end. Well,
basically, the issue that I got with it, and I think it's an issue with a lot of other people. I mean, you all of a sudden I want to be this tight end, but you got other people that's in this league that need a job that can play tight end.
I've always said the guy was super athletic and talented. I thought he should have been like a H-back or something. He could catch the ball. He had decent speed. I don't know what him actually being able to block defensive ends or defensive linemen. I don't know if he's.
It's not going to happen. You got. Come on, man. If they go against the Rams, he's going to get killed. He's going to get killed.
I don't know. The Jets to me exposed the Rams last year. I mean, Aaron Donald was barely in the backfield, and we're talking about the Jets were one of the worst offensive line in the game. Like, the Jets beat the fucking brakes off the Rams.
Well,
Quentin Williams was the best defensive lineman in that game.
If he goes against the Washington football team, that front's gonna demolish him. They're gonna use him as a mollywop. He's gonna be nowhere. He's gonna get cut. They need to cut him now.
That's the first thing Briggs said. Briggs says Tebow, Jacksonville, Tyson Hill. He says, but I think he's going to get cut mid-season when they need to sign a lineman or something else. Now, I want to ask y'all this. What if he actually does play pretty well? Now, we're talking about a team that does have offensive weapons. Now, no, should they have went out and signed that running back? Fuck no. When you had Robinson, an undrafted a running back who was running up and down everyone's back, catching the ball at the backfield. You go sign somebody in the first fucking round just because he played with Trevor Lawrence? I don't know. He says Stanfield can throw. Wouldn't try. We'll see.
I mean, I'll say this though: if he's half what somewhat,
if he puts something up, if
he's decent,
if he becomes, maybe he catches 2 to 3 balls a game, and maybe he could get a touchdown every game, or not every game, maybe every other game, or something where he's being productive. But I'm on with Briggs. I believe when God forbid if someone does get injured or someone's not stepping up to par and they actually have to go out and sign someone, which means they have to cut someone, I think they're going to start with him. I agree with you, Briggs.
Okay.
All right, so I want to go on this one. I'm salivating. We're going to get to it, y'all. We're going to get to it. So Lamar Jackson said he would love to be a Raven forever. Obviously, he's going to say that because contract discussions are in the works. What else is he going to say? Now,
he ain't stupid.
Do you think with the pieces they added during the offseason and during the draft that we will finally be able to see Lamar actually start getting some passes away to receivers other than tight ends or Brown?
I think so. I don't see why not. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing is that they have weapons. They have weapons.
I like DJ Chalk, man. I like him. I like the rookie from last year. Starts with an S. I apologize. I'm not a fan of them, so I really don't know the names of the players. But they got some weapons, and they got 2 good running backs now. And this is a league where it's not like in the old days where one running back was a workhorse. Nowadays, it's always, they always like to have multiple backs run by committee.
Right. I will say this, though.
Briggs says yes.
They were, kind of, messed over because of COVID last year, but they still found a way to.
What did they have, like, postpone that game for 4 fucking weeks?
It took like
Obviously,
forever.
I'm exaggerating, but you know what? As much as I was mad, it was good to have football on Tuesday, yo.
Tuesday and a Wednesday.
Yeah, the way, it was good. I was like, yo, you need to schedule that more often. We got Sunday, we got Monday, and then, later this season we get a Saturday. It's like, damn, we starving for football. You know what I mean?
But they still found a way to get into the playoffs, but I mean, it's I don't know. It's like something's not hitting once they get into the playoffs. And and the thing they got weapons. They got weapons. They got a running game. They got the receivers. They got the defense. They got the line. Like I just don't understand it. I don't get it.
All right.
It drives me nuts. And that's not even my team. That goes to show how much I love football. I mean, like when you see something that's great, you want to see them be great.
What else is new about the Ravens, Briggs? Briggs says the Ravens drafted solely based on what he needed. And that's what they've always done. And this is why I was saying, like, as far as, Douglas, he came from that system where you build through the draft, not through free agency.
Mm-hmm.
Where you'll never have a situation what a lot of these teams have where you got to beg your quarterback to take a pay cut just to be able to sign someone. But I will say this. There's not one top 5 quarterback that's getting paid that big money has won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Mahomes won his before that new contract. So I want to put that out there. These big money quarterbacks ain't winning Super Bowls because they're eating up all the cap. Just putting that out there.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go to the Dolphins, and we're going to jump into the whole situation with Julio Jones. All right, so Tua said he can handle the playbook a lot better in year 2. He was saying that he had issues calling plays as a rookie. Briggs says in the playoffs, defense takes away the mid-range middle passing game, and that stops Lamar from running. Hey, now you got some people who can get open, and he's the person who can run, sit back, make things happen while a wide receiver gets open and pass the ball. We know they're going to give him money. They have it, so it's not like, it'll be a situation where they're talking about we're against the cap, some situation like that.
Right.
He also says, I said that on the show about Peyton Manning. Yeah, true. You got to get back up here, man. Chill with us on a Wednesday, man.
Yeah, man.
Instead of sipping that $6 million bottle that you have.
$6 million.
So, again, with a lot of coaches don't do what some do. When you know you have a quarterback that's having problems reading the playbook, you dumb it down for him.
Yeah.
You have some organizations that will do it and some that are just stubborn, and you're going to have to find out the best way possible is what it is. But, again, he's coming back year 2 in the same offense. They haven't had any changes, so it should be a lot easier and better for him. I'm telling people right now, I'm not saying the Jets are going to be included in this as much as I would love them to be, but I think the AFC East is going to be the toughest division in the league this year.
Yeah.
It's going to be scary. Patriots spent gazillion dollars. The Bills, they're a fraction of a player away from the Super Bowl.
When have you ever seen the Patriots ever do what they did this year in free agency?
Never.
Crazy.
Never.
Crazy.
And the greatest thing about it is they can have a true quarterback battle through training camp. Now, I want to tell people Jones is going to see the field this year. It's just a matter of when.
Right.
Now, if my man Cam is lighting it up, they have absolutely no problem letting him sit for a whole year and then start brand new next year. I don't think Patriots have a problem with doing that. But if there's a little, they start to see smoke, then definitely you're going to start seeing some Jones thing. Laughing my ass off. Do say old-fashioned tonight. Yo, I got to take you to this spot, Briggs. These dudes made an old-fashioned Slurpee. I had 15 of them, nigga. When I say I was leaning my dude, an old-fashioned Slurpee, man. I was going in on them drinks. It was so delicious.
Yeah, man.
All right, so, hey, man, let's rip that Band-Aid off, man. Come on, man. Julio Jones, man. Give me your thoughts on this.
Okay.
And also let me know, what team you think he should be traded to. You too, Briggs.
Well, the whole situation with Julio Jones, it's messy, and Shannon Sharp made it worse. I don't know if that was pre-gamed or if he really didn't know that he was.
You know he knew it. He ain't gonna put him out there like that.
Okay, well, let's say that he knew, but I still think it's messy in a way where it's like. But I love how he said that he wanted to be on a team where he knew he can win. And he knew it wasn't the Dallas Cowboys. Fuck the Dallas Cowboys. Can't stand them. They're never going to win a championship ever. Just got to get that out of my system. Cowboys suck for life. Anyway, I think that can kind of bite him in the butt. Maybe somewhere down the line, or maybe it can't. But I think it can. But if I can see the team that he's on. I can see him maybe going to the Washington team.
Briggs, I was asking as far as Julio Jones, what team you think would be a best fit for him, and where do you think he's actually going to end up? Go ahead, G. I apologize.
Well, the Washington team, they're in need of a big threat receiver. I mean, they do have, a few good receivers that they have.
Good. What's his name is a monster.
Well, I mean, it's divisional, and I'm just
McCurlin is a monster.
Okay, he alright. He cute.
Stop, homie. I know he's in your division. That dude's a problem.
He is, all right. He is.
So
but,
you give him another, give Washington another weapon to take a lot of pressure off that.
That's gonna take the lid off. So I can see him going there. I can also see him. I can see what's the other team I was thinking of? It was a Washington team, Miami. I can see him going there. And
Man, I'll be mad as shit. You hear me?
But it's a good fit for him. And also I mean I would say Baltimore. I would say Ravens.
You would say the Ravens would be the best spot for him, and that's where you think he will be going.
Well, I mean, I really think he can land in Miami, but I can see him fitting with the Ravens and the Washington football team.
Okay, all right. So, what do you think about the whole situation? Does that hurt the Atlanta team itself, and what does that say about that organization?
Well, I mean,
to where they're willing to let go in the last couple of years the best wide receiver in the game.
Well, from what they were saying, though, I'm sitting here watching the Knicks game. We actually won in 191.
I told you, stop looking. You all happy now. He's about to sit here and cry. The Knicks were down. I said, dog, the game just started. Thibodeau is I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. I know how Thibodeau go. That defense will wear a team down like a motherfucker. Next thing you know, a point here, a point there, they up. But go ahead.
But, all right, game's over. We won. Go Knicks. Now, all right. So, the Falcons were saying that they already knew that he wanted to leave. So they was trying to find ways to try to grant it. It kind of leaked out or whatever. But for it to come out the way it's coming out now,
right?
As an organization, they should feel embarrassed. I would feel embarrassed. And I mean you can't really feel hurt because you already know that he already wants to go. You kind of always you already kind of mutually agree with it, but still like it got real sloppy now. It's messy. Like do you really think that any other player is gonna think to try to come to Atlanta now because of how all crazy all this got? Seriously,
I would say yes. I'll get to you in a second, Briggs. I see you in here.
I would stay away.
I say this. What people have to understand is the moment they drafted Kyle Pitts, I knew it was over for him. And this is a team that put up a lot of points and a lot of receiving yards while Julio was hurt. And Ridley went ape shit.
Yeah.
Showed that he did not need Julio Jones on the team. And Briggs brought up this point. It was Briggs or Steve. I forgot which one. Brought up this point that Riley did not hurt without having. He still put up massive points, showed how good of a wide receiver he was from the start.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great wide receiver. Adding Pitts just makes all the wide receivers even better because this is a man who's going to put so much attention to the middle of the field that you got to decide who you're going to double team.
Right.
Good luck with that one.
That's true.
And Ryan has another good 3 more years in him. So I think at the time where you have Julio Jones, who is 32 years old, and the next couple of years, his cap hit is 20 and 21 million for a 33, 34-year-old wide receiver. No, I don't see that happening. All right, Briggs says Julio Jones' best fit is Kansas City. I don't see him
That's the other team I was
anyone
thinking.
giving ATL a true value, so I think he stays. I got a question for that, Briggs.
That's the other team I was
Ravens won't
thinking.
be able to pay him after the contract extension. I agree with you that. Once they pay Lamar, it is over. That's silly, though. Pitts and Julio together is unstoppable. Yes, I agree with you. Now, I don't see them measure. I would love to see them work this out, period.
Yeah.
I want to see that team, Ridley, Julio, Pitts. I want to see that. And that's for fantasy also. Oh, man, you got to save me a spot, Briggs. I got to get up in there, man. But I want to counter that. I would like to see him stay in Atlanta, but I see them moving on from him. They want a first-round pick for Julio. Jets ain't doing it. You can forget about that. Not for a 32-year-old wide receiver who's going to hit you for $20, $27 million a couple years in a row. So, what you look at is teams that are in the 27, 28, 29 pick range to where we're really talking about a late first-round pick, a win-now team who's I'm not going to get a Julio Jones wide receiver next year in the draft picking 27th, 28th, or 29th. Just me.
Yeah.
If the San Francisco 49ers do not give Atlanta what the fuck they're asking for, they need to be fucking slapped. That defense will be coming back fully healthy. Now, yes, Salah's not there, but that defense is still, that front four is scary.
Scary, man.
That shit is scary. Where you don't have to blitz because the front four got the quarterback running for his fucking life.
Yeah.
With that offensive mind and those offensive weapons,
And they got
you got you got beast wide receivers, the beast tight end. You got 15 running backs that can run for 1,000 yards in this offensive system. Them picking Jones and getting back a healthy Garoppolo, scary fucking team. Now, this team will be picking in the lower 20s. Would you not give that up to get Julio Jones in that offense?
I'll definitely get up in a heartbeat. Heartbeat. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Talk about it's Lob City.
Who's the is it the safety? He's the GM out there in
Lynch.
Lynch, come on, homie. Come on. Come on. You got, I think, if not next year after that, you got some decisions to start making on that team as far as who you're going to re-sign, what you're going to do. Now, you don't have to worry about your quarterback because no matter what Garoppolo does this year, it's his last year. Y'all handing those reins over, baby, to Trey Lance. Sorry, I said Jones. I apologize. Trey Lance. And I think it'll be good to have Trey Lance sit for the year, learn, because he opted out last year.
Right.
That or come in late in the season. So my best fit for Julio Jones would be the San Francisco 49ers.
Okay. Yeah, I agree.
Now, if people saying the Patriots,
no.
That would be another team. I can say I don't see it happening because it'll be like one of those situations where I guess they would cut him and have to get hit with dead money after this year, the amount of money they shelled out. But again, you got a rookie quarterback there. Starting next year on that rookie contract, they might be able to work it out. And I'm sorry, me, G, and Briggs have better hands than the entire wide receivers last year. I've never seen so many drop balls before in my fucking life. Everybody, even with Harry, their first-round pick from year before last, fucking horrible. Briggs says to pay him $20+ million a year, they're going to have to pay Bosa and that defense. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Briggs. So, I mean, when you're going to bring them in 1 year, I don't mind that. To get to the Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, I'll take that shit all day.
All day.
With all that apparel and shit they'll sell.
Yep.
But I see that as the best overall fit. Now, I mean, yes, the Patriots went out and spent $1 gazillion. Is that going to make it better? Is Cam going to come back healthy? Can Jones stay upright? Because remember, they've been losing offensive linemen. Ain't nobody talking about that.
Nope.
Last 2 years, they lost 2 offensive linemen. Do we see that offensive line holding up, keeping Cam or Jones dry or clean? So to me, I think yes, that would be the best fit. He says, yeah, they did. Braden Edwards dropped more passes than the whole team combined.
He ain't lying.
Yo, man,
He
it's
ain't
crazy.
lying.
Like, I'm a Jet fan, and I felt bad for him. I'm like, everybody's dropping balls. It was just like, it just goes to show not every coach is a GM.
No.
I'm sorry.
And
And as much as I hate Tom Brady, that motherfucker's the GOAT. To hold that team down the way he did, all the years he did, and the moment he walked away, showed how fucking bad that team was. And the year before he walked away, held that team to respectability with all the fucking drops they had.
Mm-hmm. He had no receivers.
He's a GOAT. And I hate him, but I can't take it from him. Dude's the GOAT. I'm sorry, but that offensive line out there is shaky. I don't care if you have Julio Jones, Jerry Rice, and Irvin in his prime. If that quarterback running for his life, it don't matter if they're getting open or not.
Y'all saw the Super Bowl, right?
And then on top of that, we're looking at, again, the AFC East. Even if the Jets aren't going to win 2 games, that front four is still going to get some pressure. Them quarterbacks are going to be running for their fucking life.
There you go.
The Pats spent all that money, and they got 7 opt-outs last season. Yeah. They got hit bad. But I don't think none of the opt-outs were receivers. I don't think so. And that's where they really hurt. So it'd be good to see. I think he's gone, personally. As much as I would love to, like you, Briggs, I would love to see him, Ridley, and Pitts on the field at the same time. Good fucking luck. Good fucking luck. I think the only defense that'll be able to hold up to that was the Bears, the Giants at their heyday, and the Baltimore Ravens, maybe.
Yeah.
But that man, one on one side, one on the other side, and one in the middle, good fucking luck. That's all I would have to say, man. Oh, man. So, hey, we're going to keep giving you more information we have about that. But, again, I'm calling San Francisco. Briggs wants him to stay. And G saying he's going to end up with the Ravens, you said?
Right. No. Miami.
Okay, you said Miami. And if that does happen, I'm taking all your left shoes. You're going to be walking around with one fucking shoe the whole fucking season. I'm guaranteeing that shit, nigga. All right, y'all, we're going to get out of here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Briggs, thanks for hanging out with us. Man, hey, we're here Wednesdays, man. If it's Wednesday you want to stop by, just hit us up because, sometimes things does happen. You're always welcome to drop by with that old-fashioned. We love to drink, too. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate everybody. Last words, G?
Yeah, just one quick thing. I want to throw this out here real quick.
There you go.
Listen, me and my boy, my brother, my boy Ron, we got a podcast called RNG, and we're having another event at the Hackensack Brewery,
78 Johnson Street.
July 10th. I had to think about it because yesterday I said June.
Yeah,
July 10th.
Today. I put in there June with a question mark.
So July 10th, we're gonna be out there, and it's a luau type
luau
of
thing.
Yeah, luau theme.
They're gonna be playing games.
And we want everybody that's from the area, or even if you're not from the area, come out.
Hey, if you're in the
check us
tri-state
out.
area, come out to July 10th in Hackensack, 78 Johnson Street in Hackensack. Is the Hackensack Brewery, where they brew, obviously, their own beer. And when I say this shit is potent, We're talking about 18%. They also have Slurpee beers. My favorite is the Pina Colada Slurpee beer. They had the raspberry one time. They also do a mocha.
Like an espresso.
Slurpee beer, espresso. So
I recommend anybody that comes to that brewery, if you got to try the Musket Haze.
Yeah, that's nice.
You want something that's gonna like be real smooth and
Actually, gonna put you on your ass.
check it out.
Check it out. So again, if you're in the area or you're coming in the area, you're looking for something to do, we'll hit you with the time shortly. Just keep tuning in to us. But July 10th, it's a Saturday. We're gonna be at the Hackensack Brewery. We will be having games, and winners of the games will be giving a chip voucher for a free beer. So we'll have games. You can save some money. Come on out. We have a great atmosphere, great music. Come out, hang with us, man.
For real, for real.
All right, y'all. See y'all next week.
Appreciate the truth.
Peace.